Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Khabri with me and Adi and Rishi. There's been quite a bit of talk, dude, since CSK lost to Delhi Capitals. There's been a lot of talk about MS Dhoni. I know you see Rohit Sharma on the thumbnail. We'll get to him, but first, this is fresh. It's on everyone's minds. MS Dhoni. Have the CSK fans finally realized that maybe it might have been way too long that we've carried MS on for, and maybe it might just be time for us to move on from him. Maybe it's time to put the team first. And yeah, it was a very sort of difficult knock to watch. If you were watching the Capitals versus Chennai game, he was struggling a fair bit. MS, he came out fairly early around the 11th over because the situation demanded it. They were five down, and it was only Ravi Ashwin who was left, who could so-called hold a bat in the CSK dugout. So it was MS Dhoni who came out and really sort of struggled, I'd say, like in the first phase of that innings, and then finally got himself to yeah to 30 of 26. After all of that, Rishi, bro, like, have you seen the reaction on social media? Have you noticed like what has been happening, and what's your take, bro? Now, do you feel like finally, like, even the fans, the most hardcore MS fans are realizing that this might be time for him?
I think yesterday's, of course, there were a lot of times where he was struggling to clear the infield, in fact. Like he was playing quite defensive, like whether be it spinners or even the pacers. Like I think that was not just him, like it summarized the entirety of the CSK batting lineup, whether be it Conway and Ruturaj Gaikwad didn't even stay for that long. Vijay Shankar especially, dude, that is one of the poorest and luckiest 50s I've watched
Bro,
in a
but what
long
would you
time.
blame the guy? I feel like if Vijay Shankar is playing in 2025 in your team at number 3 or 4 or whatever, 4 years batting at, does that not tell you the state of the team itself?
It does, and he was, mind you, he was not even like he is their second choice. Like Rahul Tripathi and Deepak Hooda are the starters. They haven't worked out. They've chopped and changed, and he is in fact their backup option. Who again, I think even this 69 or 54 is not the entire picture. Like
Okay.
he was going at a much lower rate, and towards the end
No
he
doubt,
started hitting.
by the way. Star got him. Like, they
Star,
didn't review
exactly.
it.
Star, yeah, they didn't review it, and then one clear-cut run-out chance which he had given up, and then two dropped catches. So he was playing on four lives, and even if okay, like you get lucky, fine, fair enough. It is just the pure stroke play that was so bad. Like the timing was bad. He was not able to find the gaps. He was just pushing for runs. Even if he tried to hit the shots, the big shots, he was not middling it. And once you start doing that, once you're not even able to get go, of course, the pressure is going to come on the other batters. But none of them are even able to connect it well. Like whether be it Dhoni, whether be it Shivam Dubey, the sheer fact that okay, like who do you exactly blame? Because traditionally, the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association has been preparing pitches for CSK which are tailor-made for CSK. In you see a lot of cricket teams don't have that luxury. Like Lucknow recently had a problem where they didn't have, according to their coaches, didn't have pitches according to their favor.
Yeah.
And but like for you, we know like since the inception of IPL, we know when we go to Chennai, when teams go to Chennai, what they're gonna get. It's going to be spinner-friendly rank turners, and that's how they've built their empire. And all of a sudden they just don't have batters who can go through the gears, who are struggling to play. So I feel there is a bigger problem for CSK. And of course the fact that a 43-44 year old dude who's had two knee replacement surgeries, or I don't know if it's a replacement surgery, but he's had operations on both his knees. And his coach even in fact came out and said that okay, like MS cannot play the full 20 overs. Like of course he can maximum play run between the sticks for 10 overs. So that itself is a clear sign that he cannot give you 100%. So you are playing a man short. And if you as a coach know it, and of course, it is not, we all can come to a consensus that this is not a pure cricketing decision that he's there. every team, if you guys have listened to the recent that Sanjeev Goenka podcast, like IPL teams run on the big names, run on the franchise names, and the fact that Dhoni still plays for CSK has a lot of brand value, and maybe that could be one of the reasons why CSK are still, okay with carrying Dhoni forward. But for how long? How long will they sacrifice a position? Because of course, Devon Conway is a foreign player, but he is a much better batter who can also keep. So how long are you going to, like, keep a spot open? I mean, waste a spot just for the fact that okay, the brand value is there, he's bringing in money. So it's a trade-off which at some point you're going to have to reevaluate.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing with Dhoni, again, like is and CSK, right? This whole conversation is that I've heard from a lot of people that the audience that goes to the Chepauk are supposed to be one of the most intelligent cricketing crowds in India and all of that, and they put their cricket first. So for them to put whatever like them first, like BFC, I'm saying BFC for them to put um I said BFC only because the BFC game was going on. It's not anyways like because it was a close call and an offside goal. But anyways, yeah, the conversation is that for them to be saying that we'll put Dhoni first and the PR whatever side of it first, the business side of it first. I heard that Sanjeev Goenka podcast about them going for Rishabh Pant because they want to draw bigger crowds and they want that key figure to around
X
whom you can
factor.
rally.
Yeah.
Bro, but how can you have to put your cricket first? Like I think regardless of like I understand these are all businesses, big businesses, but your cricket has to go first. Like it's the same thing for RCB. Like I would not want that to be a day where like they put Virat Kohli first and not the cricket. Like whatever it is. Like you have to put the cricket first. And it's the same for CSK. I'm sure even their fans will say like the real fans will say that yeah, like you have to put the cricket first and it's just not happening. And bro, is it time now, Adi, that Dhoni steps down? And he also said that, dude, what a time. They've also released his podcast that he did with Raj Shamani, I think, after this innings. And he says that I'll take it year by year. Even after this year, I'll see, have 8 10 months. So if you're expecting a retirement, it's not going to come after the IPL. It's probably going to come sometime randomly and you won't even expect it. So it's quite funny. But yeah, Adi, bro, are you expecting this finally to be his last year? Like, will he walk away or will the team walk away or will he say, bro, it's not happening for me?
Nah, bro. I've said it before. I think overall, with Dhoni, we know it. It is a majorly his decision. Uh, we've said it. I don't think CSK have any say in terms of what they can do with him. As she said, no matter how injured you're as a coach, if you're coming out and saying, this guy can't give us 100%, like show me another player in this league who you're sitting and saying, he can't give 100%, but we're going to play him every game no matter what. I don't think any player can have that say like that. Dude, at the end of the day, if you really want Dhoni and his presence, you can make him a coach. You can make him so many other things for CSK
That's true.
to pull those crowds. You really don't have to. See, it's not a guarantee you're going to sit and see him,
But
bat.
do you guys feel if he comes in as a coach or any role, like the kind of role say Sachin Tendulkar is for Mumbai, like they give him all sorts of names. I've seen him like have five different titles in five different seasons. Technical advisor or
Yeah,
like,
like that's what even I was thinking.
No, but the
consulting,
thing is,
batting consultant.
Yeah.
So would he have the same impact?
yeah, bro, because the thing is, I don't think Mumbai was based on Sachin. I think Mumbai is more than Sachin. But for CSK, I think it is basically Dhoni, right? You know that for a fact. I mean, when you have a major fan base that comes out and cheers every wicket when Dhoni comes out to play, if his presence is in the crowd, if they're able to see him live in the ground, I think that's the major this thing for them, like major benefactor. So I think for me, first of all, I think he will end up becoming the coach for CSK after he retires. Like I don't see any other thing. Like I'm sure, like he wants to be involved in cricket. I think at a point of time he was what the mentor of India also, right? In one T20 World Cup, if I'm not wrong, recently. I think he is going to transition to coach, and I think CSK is the only. I don't think him going anywhere makes sense, and obviously he will end up becoming a coach whenever he retires. And I think you could have done that already. I don't think it's such a big. finding it as a big loss if you're having Dhoni as someone who's still involved in the game, someone who's involved in your franchise, and he's still a coach. Like you're still getting a huge benefactor out of it. We've seen a lot of coaches, I mean players turn coach right now. Like you have guys like Ponting, you have guys like Vettori, you have David, like Liti Jayawardene, even Zahir Khan. Like everyone's turned into a coach. So I don't think it's gonna be like okay, it's not like a difficult pathway for him to see like can he be a coach? Like it is pretty much certain you can is a pathway, and I'm sure like most cricketers end up becoming a coach if they really want to. So he can. I don't think there is the biggest loss there. Maybe you're upgrading in the wicket keeping position also on top of that and batting. They could have done that this year. It was the perfect time. Entire new. It would have been a new turnaround for the franchise because it is a new cycle of IPL. You're going in fresh with new ideas. Maybe Dhoni being as a coach, he might have had some input. I don't know if he's having right now as a player, anyways. But I think that was the best time to go. I mean, best time for me was again in 2022 when after they won the IPL 2023. Sorry, after they won the IPL, I think leaving then was the best time. Unfortunately, whatever reasons that didn't happen. I think again last year they would have tried losing to RCB. I don't think maybe that was a factor. Like I can't retire after like just losing to RCB in such an important match. I think maybe that's why he extended. And I think me personally, I think he has one more year for him to play. Like if the season just goes the way it is, and for example, if CSK win this title this year somehow, like miraculously, then I am 100% sure he retires. But if they don't, I still see him playing another year. I don't see until I feel like he gets that fairy tale ending. I think he'll try to push himself through. But yeah, I don't see him retiring per se without like that final goodbye kind of thing. But to be fair, like you can see even the fans are a bit like irritated now, like
Yeah.
compared to they were like last year. You can see them like if the team is not performing, you can see them a bit annoyed, a bit agitated. Even what against RCB also, you could see them having groans. Like even though he came in the end and scored, it was not the same cheers you used to find before. Like you could see at least more fans being a bit more disgruntled. I don't know if that can be a factor also. Like you never know. But if everything works out, I think he might end up staying for another year.
There's a lot of fan interviews also that have been captured that after the games they're clearly coming out and saying that no, this is not it. And this is the first time that it's happened. Like I think, at least for me, in the years that have passed, I think this version of Dhoni has been there for the last 2, 3 years. I don't think it's a new thing that's happened this year. I genuinely feel like it's been there. Rishi, you got a special guest. Um, Blue is not a Dhoni fan, huh?
I'm genuinely surprised. Yeah, I think no, I think he is showing his support for Dhoni.
MS. But
I don't
yeah,
know.
so I don't think it's a new thing. I think finally people are catching on to it because they're not getting the success with it. Last year, okay, they came really close to making the playoffs. Somehow they were fine with it. But this year it's just not happened, dude. So like I think it the frustration is coming out uh in terms of like the lack of success for the team. And I think, like Adi said, unfortunately as it is, I feel like until he gets his fairy tale ending, that they end on a very like high note, he's not gonna go. And
But don't you think it's deeper than Dhoni, like the issue? Like to be fair, if you look at the last two innings, there's only been three games played till now, right? I'm sorry for it, but
they
like
played four. Yeah.
but he's played like two innings properly, like coming in and playing. So if you look at that, I think he's been okay. Like to be fair, we can argue that he should have come earlier than Ashwin. We all know that. But the innings he played, you can't sit and say, okay, this guy doesn't have it in him. I think he's still better than most of the options outside of him as a wicket keeper. Also, I don't think you really find better wicket keepers and batsmen in those situations. Maybe I think more of the issue is CSK's batting lineup, because I think if they had a good batting lineup, I don't think they would have had an issue with Dhoni playing, or even playing the way he is. I think the pressure is coming because, and the conversation is coming because, like, bro, like the batting is not as good as it was before, and
No,
you can see.
their batting is definitely not as good. But my whole point is again, like, of course, their batting is not good. Let's have that clear that it's not a good CSK batting lineup. It's just not good enough to win the IPL. My point is, there's no point in playing Dhoni anyways because he's also not as good as he used to be. So this makes no sense anyways. So
No,
like,
but like, bro, even you look at not yesterday to be fair, but with the RCB innings, I think he was the best batter on the day. If you actually have to look at
no.
it like that.
Yeah, but he should. What's the point? Like, you can't come back and win the last over where RCB have
Brother,
thrown the ball to a spinner.
on paper, he was the best batter, but then was he really? Like the game is dead. Some 60
The
runs
game is
needed
gone.
from
Nobody
No,
one
cares.
but
over.
my whole point is like, dude, you're getting so much, bro. Like, for example, as a keeper, the Phil Salt stumping, I don't think any keeper would have done it. And I think that actually gives you 10-20 runs extra, like as a player itself. Like, bro, I'm telling you, if someone like Punt was keeping that, I'm 100% sure that would have gone for a four or something. Like, it wouldn't have been what it was. Like, that would
Punt has
that
had a
quickly.
couple of howlers also, yeah.
Like, I'm
No,
saying,
no,
like,
no.
the
But
options out.
like, from a keeping perspective, he's still good. Like, there's no, that's fine. Like,
Who?
it's.
But you're
Dhoni.
getting, even as a batter, like, bro, for example, we would have
No,
said,
even as a batter, not even nothing, bro. I'm
are
not
you
getting
saying,
anything from him.
no, no, my point is like, for
No,
example,
I
let's.
like Rahul. Nothing. Saying nothing's a bit harsh.
No,
Of course,
once again,
he's not
give me
quick
one
between the
inning.
big
Okay, in the
wickets.
last three games, he has had the opportunity to bat. Okay, one game you tell me where Dhoni has
Okay.
made a positive impact.
Last 3 games, bro. That's my point. As a
All
batter, he's
three
still
games is
been there.
batting.
He's played what 2 innings till now, right? If I'm not okay, 3 innings. Yeah,
Three innings.
but,
Three innings.
bro. That's my
First game
whole
he's
point.
not batted. Played those two balls, whatever, fine. Second game against RCB didn't come out ahead of Ashwin. If you can't come out of Ashwin ahead of Ashwin, then no point. That wrong call already. Gone. There itself, you're gone. You've lost the game for your team. Third game, they played against Rajasthan Royals, didn't have a good innings. Fourth, he struggled against RR. We all saw it. Fourth game was this one against Delhi. That also he struggled. Now, where are we saying that he? What are you getting from his batting? You tell me. Somebody is just
Exactly. But now my point is now you get in punt, you're getting even worse for 27 crores. So that's my whole point. For example, if you're going for other options out there, it's not like you're getting a massive upgrade where like these guys are short players who are going to give you good on both ends, batting and bowling end. Like my point is like you have only specific players you can go out there and buy. The whole point is for 6 crores. I think at the end of the day, if you're getting him for like 5-6 crores, like it is still decent. If you had a very solid front three, if you had a decent middle order, I don't think Dhoni would have been the big conversation. You look at other teams, bro. You don't have to depend only on one batsman to,
you don't have to, but that doesn't also it doesn't mean that you have to stick to the sort of this option because you can upgrade if you choose to like reduce your funds
who was that
elsewhere and
guy? Like,
huh?
who would have been that guy to say, okay, this guy's an
Bro,
upgrade
there are
overall?
number of wicket keepers today outside in the
Give
world.
like,
I can tell you number of wicket keepers are not even wicket keeping. Like it, you
what?
if you're playing Dhoni purely for his keeping, it doesn't make sense at all in T20 cricket. You
No,
need a
but
good batter
no, no.
there. That's the
Yeah,
point.
but Rahul,
Yeah.
like scoring around 30s in the way he is, I'm not saying he's the worst player out there. My point is he's not the problem where like he has to retire. For me, if I have to
Yeah,
be
Rahul,
honest,
exactly. I have to kind of agree with Adi that do you think if you okay, take Dhoni out, someone who's not keeping, who's playing right now, who's a keeper, for example, say Jitesh Sharma, okay? You put Jitesh Sharma in, do you think this whole CSK situation gets fixed?
I'll tell you, Rishi,
exactly.
like, that is not the point. I'm not saying that the if Dhoni goes, situation gets fixed. My point is simple. You have Deepak Hooda, Tripathi, all these guys who are not performing. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, they don't perform for 2, 3 games. You can take them out and say, hey, you know what, sit down. You cannot do the same thing to Dhoni. It's impossible that will happen. Even
But
if
you can't do
Dhoni
that with
performs,
any other team, Rahul.
if
You can't do
Dhoni
that with
performs,
Pant also.
yeah, Rishabh Pant, you can't. But the point is, at
But
the
you
end
can't
of the
do
day,
that
he's
with
still
any
young.
top player. Like
Bro,
you look at
he's
it, you can't
Rahul,
do that.
still
has
young.
would
Are
you do
you
that with
including
Virat?
Bro, this Rishi, they are still India internationals. He's a 43-year-old who has moved on from international cricket. There's a big difference. Those guys are
Uh,
still proving themselves
how
every
does
day. They're
how
playing
does
for
how
India
does India international matter?
because
Dhoni
at
is
the end of
the
the day,
India World Cup
Rishi,
winning Indian captain, so how does it matter?
no, no, no. That's not the point. The point is, at the end of the day, these guys are still playing for India. You're seeing them play cricket. You see that they still have the talent in them. Dhoni, you
They see
see,
how they still have the
Rishi,
talent. What is the point? No, no. Tell me this. What is the
yeah,
point if they have a if they have like we all know these are all some of the most talented cricketers in the country. Okay, so let's get that out of the way.
okay.
Now, okay, a month before the tournament, say XYZ player has a good tournament, scores a good amount of runs. He comes in 5 games in. He has not had one good innings for uh, his respective IPL team. What is the point of saying that okay he's doing well for India right now, but as long as he's not even showing signs of
Rishi,
playing well for the
Rishi,
club, like take like for example take
yeah.
Rishabh Pant right now. He,
Hmm.
like, I don't even think he's been anywhere near the Rishabh Pant he used to be in the past. Like, because the kind of shots he's playing is also very shady. So what is the point of saying he's an India international? Okay, you're playing for your
Would you
nation, fair, but you're not
would
performing for
you
the club.
would you rather bank on two, say there are two bad performing players? Would you rather bank on one guy who's actually playing regular cricket, playing internationally, getting to play all around the year versus one guy who has for the last 5 years played 2 months of cricket and barely faced what 200 balls in each year?
Rahul, but
Which
my
one would
point
you
is,
rather bank on?
but Rahul, my point is, Punt's not doing the same thing. That's the whole point. You
No,
don't
that
have a
is right now. But my point is, even today, if you say Pant or Dhoni, I will go Pant because simply for this
no,
reason, Dhoni
but
doesn't
Okay,
get
Rahul, Pant or Dhoni, like again, who if one of these two have to again, what are the roles? If either because Pant is coming two down, Dhoni is typically supposed to come anywhere between 15th over and 20th over ideally. Okay, but he again because of the top four, top five collapsing, he is coming in at what the 10th over, 11th over, 12th over. Okay, and now he is okay having to play a slow innings. That is on him definitely. He is going slow. He should be accelerating a little bit more. But now, say he was coming, say in a 14th over, in a 15th over, in a 16th over, and if he's doing the same thing, then you can rightfully point the fingers at him. But now that his the rest of the that's the thing when the rest of the team is not performing well, the problems just seem a little bit bigger. The not so important problems also seem magnified. Like I have to agree with Adi that if now they were doing a lot better, if the team was doing well, I don't think these many questions would be asked of MS Dhoni.
Dude,
Suddenly, like what?
I
Like
am
it's not like
agreeing. I am agreeing with you guys. I agree with the fact that they need a better batting order. They are not winning the IPL even if Dhoni goes with this batting lineup. It's
hmm,
not going to happen. My point
right.
is simple that it doesn't mean that you keep carrying on like Dhoni, especially the way he's playing, because he has no more to give. Like it is done. It's not getting younger, right? He's going to be 44 by the time this IPL ends. Next IPL, he's going to be 45, bro. Come on, like there's a point in which you can put
With no
this.
no no with the gloves, he's still the best in the league, or probably
Rishi,
second
if
best
I
in the league.
wanted a
Okay,
wicket keep,
now.
Rishi,
Hmm.
are you saying in this modern T20 game that if
Yeah.
you're good with the gloves, that's enough for you to take a position in this team? That's
No,
not good
no.
enough.
Now, if my team is if the role defined again, now we cannot sit and debate that okay, Dhoni's role that is defined within the team is supposed to be him coming in the 10th over or 11th over. All of us know that. His role, like I said, is anywhere between the 15th or the 14th over to the 20th over. Okay. Now, if that is the case, and we're saying that okay, Dhoni is not performing well, we have a well and good case to make. But the thing is, he is coming in the ninth over, 10th over, 11th over, and he's not doing what he is now. His like expectation of him is suddenly a lot bigger. So I don't see how we can criticize him for the rest of the batting lineup also not like
Bro,
doing their
forget,
job.
forget, forget the expectations that he's coming 10th over. There's a long chase ahead of him. It's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Simply by looking, you can tell that it's not happening.
No, if he's supposed to, Rahul, if he's walking in the 17th over or 18th over, okay, of the game, and he's supposed to get a few runs, like a few, as in a few, say a 30 of 10 balls, or 30 or 20 balls, or sorry, 30 or 15 balls, I still think he can do that. And with the gloves, he still probably, yeah, like here and there he misses a few, but then I'd see almost eight or nine out of the 10 keepers in the league making the same mistakes.
Actually, the game against
So
Rajasthan was a prime game for him to finish off. And the game even against Delhi, they were going, it was a 10-ish required rate. It was not some 14s and 15s. It could have
bro, but
happened. It would
Rahul,
have happened.
like, see, dude, like, I'm sorry, but with the thing with if you're only talking about Rajasthan game as an isolated situation, I think it's very difficult to say
No,
because
I'm talking about even the Delhi
any
game.
team can, any player can still fumble that thing. So you can't just say that
even that even that
situation is
Delhi
like,
game, you have one dude on the other end playing Test cricket. He is scoring at like a run a ball pretty much till the very end. Okay, and like the run rate is already by the time he came, it
yeah.
was what 10 and over, 11 and over, and then it's just going uphill. Like when the other person's like hitting 5 of 6 or 7 of 8, he's going at that rate. It's not easy. I mean, of course, the
No,
Dhoni
of
of the
course it's not easy,
2010s would
but
have done that.
my point is even if it was a 9-8 game, it's not happening for him. It was a 9-8 game against RR. Like it's not happening, bro. Like it's okay. Like it's not.
But bro, Rahul, my point is you can't tell one situation say it's not happening. I think last
I'm
time
not.
he
It's
last
not
year he
one
did
situation.
finish
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of games.
saying. it's something that I have observed for the last couple of years. It's just that last couple of years, fine, Ruturaj Gaikwad has done well. Like last year, he did well. Like the year before also, I
So
don't
that's
remember
the
exactly.
point, right? That's the point we're saying. Like, bro, the position he comes in IPL, you can tell me one player that's going to be so impactful where they're going to win you games.
It's
Like, you,
not
you have
about.
zero players,
No,
bro.
my
It's like
point is,
he
bro,
comes and plays
it's
like with Tim
simply
David, bro.
not
Like,
happening for him. For me, I just don't think. I don't know if you guys, if you think it's happening for him, if you think like this, fine, then fine.
see,
Like if you think there's nobody better who's doing it, I can name like at least five players who are doing a better job than him. Like especially in the back end, bro.
as
Like
what as an overall player, yeah, for sure. Like, we're
as
not
a
disagreeing that. But in his position, you really can't find big upgrades where you're going to sit and say, yeah,
bro,
these guys are shit.
what position are we talking about when he is sending Ashwin ahead of him? Like what is this position then?
Bro,
Then
but
what?
Rahul, like it happens to RCB, you're sending Krunal Pandya ahead of Tim David. That's the same thing. Like at the end of the day, it's literally the same thing. He comes as a
No,
finisher, he
one
comes at the
second.
last bat.
I can't believe we are
Wait, wait, wait,
comparing
wait.
MS Dhoni to Tim David. MS Dhoni is supposed to be the
No,
best,
we're
one of the
talking
best in
about
the
the
world.
position,
Of what?
Rahul. We're talking about the
Brother,
position.
okay, I understand. You are, brother, Krunal Pandya is still okay, bro. Like, to an extent, he's batted
What?
at number three for LSG. He batted at number three for LSG for 2 years. You're comparing
Bro,
Krunal Pandya
Ashwin
to
opens
Ashwin.
in T20, bro. What are you
Maybe
saying? Like
for whom he's
he
open?
plays opening as in the
Against
TNP, he
which
opens.
team has he opened?
Ashwin has
Other than
What?
2, 3 games for RR where he came as
Bro,
a number
Ashwin's
three,
had
number
came
four.
Ashwin has
Ashwin has
is it,
never played in the top order.
are you telling Krunal's a better
Rahul, one
batter?
second, one second. No, no. I will listen to this. Rahul, there is no way I'm sitting live here
Rishi, you're cracking, you're
saying
cracking.
it's okay. Krunal Pandya is much better than David.
Rishi, you're cracking. But yeah, no. Anyways, bro. I don't even know how we're saying that that's okay that he sent Ashwin ahead of him. Like
No,
that's
no, no, no. What I'm saying is the role. My point is his role is the same as Tim David. I'm not comparing to Tim David. I'm comparing to his role. At the end of the day, you look at him. If you have to be honest, he's there to play 15, 20 balls. Where every IPL team, one player is there to do that. At least like a good team, you have that role. Like with RCB, you have Tim David. With someone like Kings Eleven Punjab, bro, Shashak Singh is a good player, but he comes and plays 10 balls. Yesterday also he came and faced the last 10 balls of the innings when he should have come earlier.
okay.
It's just the role he's playing, and that's the role you can have in T20 compared to any other players,
I am not
especially having a
saying that.
10 stuff.
Rishi,
And my point
I
is,
agree.
as
I
a
agree.
batsman,
It's fine to have that 15, 20 ball role, but when the situation
yeah, that's
demands
what
it,
he's doing.
you
Like,
should be able to come up the order.
bro, but that's again, I'm coming down to the factor of you can say, yeah, Dhoni's not performing well, maybe Dhoni's this, that, whatever it is. But the entire factor of him retiring is only based on having a bad batting lineup. You
I
yourself
am
told,
that is
wait,
brother.
you
That is
yourself,
exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying this year suddenly Dhoni retire. I'm saying this. I am saying for the last 3 years I've been seeing this. It should have come to an
yeah,
end long
bro,
back.
yeah, but we all know that. But my point is, we know we can say he should have ideally retired 2 years ago. We know that. But my whole point is him not retiring is not the reason what they are today.
I
Maybe
agree
it's
that, bro. That I've
And that's my
agreed.
point. So my
I'm
point
agreeing to
is
that.
even him retiring doesn't make a big difference now. It doesn't do anything else for CSK. And also the fact is, if you don't have a good batting lineup, it doesn't matter if a number 6, 7 is bad. Like any team, like you go to any team, if their top five is not set and solid, you can't put the blame on the number
I
7 to say
agree
you're not
that
batting well.
bro. I am agreeing. I am
And
not
that's
at all
not, but
saying
that's
that
what
you're
we're
wrong.
talking right now.
I
And I
am
feel
just
like
simply no. I am simply saying that a 43-year-old, 44-year-old who's it is past him should not be playing anymore. That's it. I'm
bro,
not
but I
saying
still feel
CSK will
like
win the league if Dhoni leaves.
bro, but Rahul, like him, like you look at Krunal Pandya, the first game he's able to get guys like Venkatesh Iyer, Rinku Singh out, and in the second game he's getting smashed by Dhoni in the same Krunal Pandya. I can't sit and say it's totally finished where he doesn't have power hitting. He doesn't. If he's
It's
coming
not
as a finisher,
totally, bro. Totally finished. 1 second, bro. Last over of a game, we all know spinner should not even be bowling. They gave it to him
Rahul,
fine.
my whole point is he
Okay,
can
bro.
do a
Like
job.
we
Like
all have watched,
he
bro.
can do
Like
a
that
job.
much. I hope. Like I can't believe I'm not gonna take those 2 sixes, 3 sixes against Kunal Pandya too seriously. Anyways, regardless, the point is for Dhoni that anyways you're 43, 44. Move on. Like move on, dude. Like it's fine. There's nothing wrong. You have a legacy. It's great. It was the it was the perfect time, but it is still a fair enough, good enough time where you can move on. Give another young keeper a chance. You 1 second, bro. Dhoni, the guy who in
Okay, Rahul,
2009 10.
let me ask you
One
this
second,
way.
bro. Just last thing, bro.
Huh.
The guy in 2009 and 10, because of whom we lost whatever Sehwag. There was a lot of conversation about Sehwag not being in the ODI team because of him, because of fitness. Rahul Dravid.
They wouldn't,
We
like,
discussed
whenever
that.
they played in Australia, they wouldn't play Dravid, Sachin, and Sehwag together. No, they wanted to rotate because
Yeah,
the
yeah. So
fields were
that's what I'm
the
saying.
grounds
And
were big.
that's the test team. But anyways, like I'm talking about ODI team where they completely got
Hmm.
removed from, okay, because of this.
Removed, yeah.
Now the same guy is 43, 44 and is still continuing. I cannot imagine how that is happening for the same guy to do it. I think it's time, like he also says to himself that, bro, like it's fine, it's okay,
Now
it's
on the
not
field, do
happening.
you realize MS Dhoni on the field is still doing an excellent job?
Rishi, if you can't stand on the ground for 10 overs, there's something, that's it, it's done, it's over. If you can't
if
bat for 10
if
overs,
once
if
again,
you can't bat for
if a
10 overs,
five
it's
down
done.
batter, if a five down or six down batter is having to come in the ninth or the tenth over, then there's something deeper that the team needs to address. Do you agree?
Bro, one second. No, I am agreeing, bro. Team is gone. Team is gone. I'm agreeing, but I'm saying he should move on. Like, if the same argument, even I'll put, no, even I could have said that at the end of the day, even if you go like 10
So do
years
you
back.
would you agree that, okay? So now let me put it this way. So you
Hmm.
right now you have to remove two batters because we can agree that Chennai, the batting is the problem. None of the batters have that X factor. They're not able to get going. So if you have to remove two batters, or say just two players from the batting lineup or whatever, who would be the first two players who you would remove?
My
And
first
you can be
play,
like,
my
once again,
first
once again,
play.
and
Yeah.
once again. Let me complete. And
Hmm.
it's not just remove, and you can guarantee that, okay, you remove this player, you replace him with somebody else, and the team's performance will take an upturn immediately.
Bro,
Bro,
that now what I can do? They haven't done the work in the auction. Now you've given me these options. I'm not saying Dhoni should leave right now. I'm saying at the end of the season when you have the auction, like you can go into a mini auction, buy some players, then fine, do it. Right now, what
but
will I tell you?
But
Right
going
now,
into
they
the
don't have
season,
only the players.
go like again, go now it's not a major auction that's coming up.
Yeah, okay, so what? Like that's fine. Like that mini auction also, you get players. They get decent enough players. It's not like every player
Fair
will get.
enough.
Some will get released,
So
some
so
will
you're
get.
telling me you have to replace Dhoni and get somebody else, like again, someone who can bat in the middle order and drop somebody down to
Bro,
a finisher role. Who will
100%,
play
bro,
that finisher role?
100%. It should have happened 3 years back, but yeah, they should do it now. I think they should. Like, there
No,
is
bro.
no reason they should
I
switch
don't
off.
think so. I think that team needs a proper batting lineup, and then once you have that batting lineup, if again, like if Chennai had a slightly better batting lineup where they can chase totals, I'd be the first one to be like, you know what, this team Dhoni is holding back. I mean, Dhoni is holding the team back, and if he were replaced, they can do much better. But I don't think right now the team, if you replace Dhoni with somebody else, the team is going to do much better because
Bro,
that batting structure
that
itself
I'm
is not there.
agreeing. That I'm agreeing. I'm saying that if you replace Dhoni with someone else, their team will not do better. Like, the batting is gone. It is not good enough. Like, at the end of the day, Ruturaj Gaikwad has not had a good season. The 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 top order is not doing the job. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's not happening for them. The middle order is
but
not good
like
enough.
Rahul, my point is again, I come down on the fact that it's not like Dhoni is the one who's holding them back. That's the first thing, and we have to look at him as
Hmm.
keeper and a batsman. At the end of the day, as a batsman, I still think in the role he can play. If he comes, bro, it's like if he plays in the same role as a Tim David, he can do the job. You've seen his power hitting, bro. Like you can't take the fact that against RCB he had a good innings.
He
He was
did.
striking at.
Once the
Bro,
game is
wait,
dead,
wait, 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 wait,
bro,
wait,
once
wait,
the
wait, wait,
game is over,
wait,
even I
wait,
can
one second,
come
you wait.
without pressure.
Wait,
Even
wait,
I can
Rahul,
come
one
and
second.
swing. Like,
But
it's
my whole
not.
point is he was able to hit. Bro, he's smashing guys
Bro,
like
we
Hazelwood for
all
4
know, bro,
consecutive posts.
if
Like, you
there is
can't
no
take it away.
pressure, I'm sorry, when the game is dead, if you come and you do whatever, for me, it doesn't count. Like, for me, that's just me in general. It doesn't matter if it's Dhoni or Virat Kohli. If the
Yeah, but
game
we're
is dead,
talking
you
about the
come and you
fact that he
swing.
doesn't
You,
have that. Bro, Rahul, it's like even if you're telling he doesn't have it, but he's going and smashing Hazelwood for 2 consecutive 4s, you can't sit and say he doesn't have it. Like that's my whole point. And secondly, it's not like he's the only one who's holding them back completely. As
I
Rishi said,
am
bro, if they had a
agreeing to you. I'm agreeing to that. I've been saying he's
yeah, but
not the only one. Who's
But
holding
my
the
whole
bat?
point is, in the position he plays, he's still there. He can still do it. That's the whole point.
Okay,
Like,
fine.
bro,
That's
if you're
fine.
playing such a deep role, if you're going to play such a niche role that's only suited for T20, there's a reason he's only playing T20, right? Like, if you're going to do that, I think he's still fine. I'm not going to sit there and say, bro, tell me five other players who can do a better job than him at his position, like the
Yeah, okay,
so-called Tim David role, or like
okay, yeah,
Ashutosh
fine.
Sharma role, or Shashank Singh role.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me like
think
five players.
you have named three players there only who I think are better.
You can't buy.
Ashutosh
You
Sharma.
can't buy it. You couldn't buy them at that time.
But that's
Like,
because you chose to retain him. Like you should have let
brother,
him go 3 years back.
yeah, but they also are the players you're talking about weren't attainable at that time. Right now, who can they do
How
it?
are
Like,
they? 1 second. How is Ashutosh Sharma not attainable?
right now he isn't. Also, my point is right now, who can they upgrade with? Like,
No,
for
right
example,
now, obviously, my whole point is they should have said like buy to Dhoni 3 years back. Now, if they let him go, obviously not every player will get retained, right? Like next year, we'll see who stays and who goes, and based on that,
the whole
they have to
point
take a
is
call.
in the role. See, the whole point is in the role he plays, he still plays pretty decent. And the whole point is you can have a day where
Bro,
he can score
somebody
like
show me one game where Dhoni has played that role. Like 4 games over 3 games, he's
Brother
batted.
Rahul, but you realize he's coming batting when there's like 100 required of like 30 balls, 40 balls. What do you want him to do?
Which is again not my fault. It is their problem. Like he could have come
Exactly. So
into
even
bat against
wait.
RCB.
Now,
He could have come.
Are you
He could have
telling
come in.
Wait, 1 second. Are you telling guys like Tim David, Ashutosh Sharma would have won them the game in the same situation? Like you can't. Like
No,
it's
my
just
point
out
is
of
it is sad that we are comparing MS Dhoni, who's supposed to be one of the best cricketers of all time, to these guys, especially because Dhoni,
no, bro.
bro,
It's an
Tim,
impact
one second,
player.
one
You
second,
have
bro.
to
Okay,
you
let
have to
let me let
bro.
me let me just tell you. Okay,
This doesn't
you're
make sense.
bro,
You're not comparing
you guys are not
openers to
making any
openers,
sense
right?
because you're talking about Ashutosh Sharma and David, who have exclusively played T20 cricket, and we are comparing him to an MS Dhoni who has played at number 4 for India, number 3 for India, number 5 for India
Yeah, but
throughout his
today he
career.
plays in that position,
Throughout
Rahul.
During
his
the Manmohan Singh administration, he did all this, brother.
I
Right now he's
see the
playing as a
point is
finisher role. Like I don't
my
get it.
point is he's a rounded batter. It should not be a problem if MS Dhoni comes in at the 11th over and has to bat. For a guy like Tim David or Ashutosh Sharma who are exclusively T20 batters, I can make that excuse. They're not as well-rounded batters as MS Dhoni is or MS Dhoni was. But MS Dhoni cannot say no, I cannot come in the 11th over because that's not my role. I'm
No,
sorry. Like
that is the point.
he's
But
supposed to be
even
one
Tim
of the
David
best
doesn't.
cricketers in the world.
Oh no, this logic doesn't make sense. Only for
Okay.
the fact that T20 cricket has evolved. You have impact sub now. You can't sit and say it's the same as a T20 World Cup game where it's 11v11. Oh, we scored. It's
Yeah.
11v11, right? Like you can't. It's two different things. My point is in this entire era,
We?
you have
Where did we come from?
bro. What do
Who
you
is a
mean?
we here? Who is we
Uh,
here?
Yeah, I swear.
BFC, obviously.
Who's we,
Like
bro?
my legend,
He was celebrating
my
when we
legend
conceded,
Chetri, bro.
celebrating
Oh
when we
my god,
conceded, and then
he's gonna
suddenly
make me
celebrating
cry, bro.
when
He's gonna
Sunil
make me
Chhetri,
cry.
your idol, scores.
Yeah, obviously, bro. When your idol scores, you can't do anything. But yeah,
Mm.
my point is like in this position, you have to compare him to the role he is. Like you're gonna compare Virat to the openers of T20 cricket. It's not gonna be anything else. He plays number 3, number 4 for Test and ODI. Like my point is, in the position you play, you're compared to your peers who play the same position. Right now, the position he's playing, it's a very deep role, and you can get away, bro. Like you look at RCB and Delhi. Like for example, Delhi use Ashutosh Sharma only as an impact role. He comes, bats at number 5, goes back home. He's not even doing anything on the field. Like you look at RCB, Tim David as a foreigner, he comes, plays maximum 10 balls, 15 balls, ideally. Like that's it. Like point is, if you're using Dhoni in that role, I think he can give you something. Like point is, he has done it. He's proven even in this season he has the power hitting in him. But if you don't have a batting lineup who can play cricket at all right now, obviously the spotlight will come on Dhoni, because if you're
Mm.
coming in when it's 100 or 40 balls, like you're not going to do anything about it. I'm not sitting and saying that Dhoni should be playing. My point is, I can't sit and say he has to retire because of this situation. Like for me,
Mm.
I still think he has the cricket in him to score runs. Like I've seen him hit sixes, bro. Bro, if you're hitting 2 fours against Hazelwood, who's one of the best T20 bowlers in this IPL right now, I'm not going to sit and say, oh yeah, you're
No,
so
when the
washed, you
game
can't do
was
anything.
dead, as much as you like say hate it or whatever, as long as the game is dead, there is that much less pressure, there is that much less tension. It For me, it doesn't count. That's just how I look at it. But anyways, like I just want to like we'll move on to Rohit Sharma quickly. Have a 5-10 minute chat about him, but quickly just want to end it. The point I was simply trying to make is, if AB de Villiers right now was in my team, is in this RCB team, and imagine he bats at 5. Okay. But if there was a game where RCB were 20 for 3 and AB came in to bat in the power play, I would expect him to bat through like a proper number 3 would. And he would do that, because that is the point. These are supposed to be some of the best cricketers in the world. And the same applies to MS Dhoni, who has done that in the
But
past,
bro,
who has been
Dhoni,
in that situation.
Dhoni
It doesn't
always
matter.
played in
Roles and
India.
all is
When did Dhoni
good.
come
It's
number three
cute.
and play for India, bro?
Bro, it's cute to
When did
say
Dhoni
the
come
roles and
number
all
three?
and all, but
2008, 2009.
Exactly. Like
what?
you can't sit and ask Dhoni to come play number three, number four. Like it doesn't
I'm
make
not
sense.
saying he should be a number 3. I'm saying when he's coming out in the 11th over when they're 5 down, he should still bat. He still should have the ability to bat, because that's what I would
No,
expect of
that
some of the best
that I
selectors.
agree. But my
No,
whole
no, one
point,
second, one second, one second, one second, one second. Let's make one thing clear. He is having the ability to bat. Okay, like he's coming in 10th over, 11th over. He's having the ability to bat. He is not having the ability to take them from what is the situation like whatever is needed, like 100 of 30 balls. He's not able to do that because he's not Superman. Like again, AB de Villiers has a much better chance of
So you're
doing it
talking about,
of
let's
a
say,
pull.
last two games was 9 required rate, 10 required rate, where you don't need Superman for
now
that.
what do you mean last two games? The
You
last game he came the last batsman, Rahul. He was literally the last batsman. You can't just go swinging every ball. Like it's
But
not.
you
It's,
guys
bro,
only
tell me.
said Ravichandran Ashwin can bat. He was there behind him.
Yes, but my whole point is it's still very bleak. Like if you're coming in that role, you have one batsman next, and if he's not going to perform, it's not going
So
to be easy to.
now this is great, because we're saying that okay, there's too much pressure, then so it's fine, like for whatever he's doing.
No,
But
no
no,
if
we're
one's
you
not
saying
saying
it's.
it's fine.
bro, if you
We're not
clearly
trying to.
watch that innings,
No,
you
wait,
can
wait,
see
wait.
that he's
Again,
not
Rahul,
able
my
to
whole
get it
point
off.
is
It is a
no, no,
clear issue. It's just not happening for him. That's fine. There's nothing. I cannot. If
but
you've all watched the innings, if you guys have seen him bat in that game, it just did not happen. And the same in the Rajasthan game, it did not happen. It's just not happening. It's not a case of anything else. It's
bro,
not. It really.
wait, 1 second. When Dhoni came in the Rajasthan game, I think it was like what 27, 28 of 2 overs. So what do you mean by sitting and saying you have to win this game by your hand? Like if you're not winning, you're like it's not happening for you. Bro, it's tough for any batsman to come and do that. It's not so easy for any batsman to come sit, especially right now when all more advantages are there for bowlers than batsmen. Tell me one chase this season in IPL where it's gone down to like 20, 30 runs of the last 2 overs and they've been able to chase. Tell me one game this season. I don't think it's happened till now. Apart from that one Delhi game, I don't
Delhi
think it's happened.
Lucknow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the games have not gone to that stage where it
it
has been
was. That
20.
game was the same thing. Their entire batting lineup didn't perform. Dhoni comes in the end. Bro, he's coming in the end. It's literally 25, 26 of 2 overs. What do you expect? Like, it's not like an easy situation where you have to score runs every game. It can happen one game, it cannot happen the
Which
next
game?
game.
Rajasthan game, he didn't come out in the last 2 overs.
He literally came in the last 3 overs, if I'm not wrong.
No, he
No,
came
no,
in.
no,
And
no, no, no.
He came in
bro,
before that.
it was not at all easy. The situation where he came was not like okay, it's
No, then
pretty
what do you
easy.
want me to give him, bro? 24 of 24, you play 6 runs and then you finish the game, bro. Like, what do you want
No,
me to
my
give
point is
him?
if you're only going to take the basis of 2 games where he's come in incredible difficult situations and say it's not working for you, that's my whole point. Like any other player, if you put the young player, the best player, you put Tim David, Ashutosh Sharma in the same situation, I don't think they would have sit and won. And if they didn't win at those situations, no one would have spoken. And
He
again, bro, I'm
came
talking
in,
about
he came in at
bro,
130 for 5. They needed 45 and 4 overs. That is 11 and over. For a
that's
finisher in
bro, that
2020
45 or 4
cricket,
overs is easy. That's what you're saying.
oh my god, bro, then what do you
What do you
want
mean?
me to
Oh
give
my
him?
god.
Less than 10 and over in the last 4.
Bro, Rahul, my point is not that. My
Then
point is
give
it's
him
still
Rahul,
a
in the
difficult
last 4.
situation.
FYI,
10 and overs in the last
FYI,
4 is
Dhoni,
very much.
they needed in the last 4 overs, they needed 50 something. Because
45,
when Dhoni
40,
came in, no, Dhoni came in,
50,
it was that
120.
Hasranga over he came in, right? When Hasranga cleaned up Gaikwad, that's when Dhoni came
Yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah. So
correct?
that's what. Correct, correct. So
They,
they were 129. So they needed
correct.
53 in 25.
Bro, that is literally 2 runs a ball, and it's not an easy thing. I don't tell me one player who's done that recently. Like, can you tell me one player
There
who's
have
done that
not been
recently?
games where it's gone to 12 and over in the last 4. I can't help it if there were not situations.
Exactly. That's my whole
What
point.
exactly?
You know, That's my point. You're trying to put in only one player in such a specific situation where no other player finds them in those
Oh my God,
situations,
I can't
and
help
so
it.
you have to
Those
perform.
situations haven't happened this year, but that's very common in T20 cricket. It's happened a lot over the years, and teams finish it regularly.
Rahul, like against Mumbai, there was the same situation, and Hardik didn't play like well. Like it was literally the same situation, 2 runs a ball.
Yeah, so
Yesterday,
we will
one
criticize
second.
Hardik when he has not done
Yesterday
well.
was the same situation with Punjab. Like they literally needed 2 runs a ball. They couldn't
Yeah.
finish. And if you want to talk about it, even Shashank Singh, he came 7-8 down. He was not coming in very early and saving them the game. After Maxwell got out, why didn't Shashank Singh come out? We can talk the same thing. They don't do the same. But point is,
No,
there's
but the
a
point
certain
is,
role
Rishi,
you play.
you guys are comparing Shashank Singh, who is not the big
And
name,
we are talking about
as
the role,
MS
Rahul.
Dhoni.
We're talking about the role. We're
Okay,
talking about
fine.
the
Okay, I
situation.
have this conversation is going over. I personally think it should be,
So
let's
are
say,
you telling? Wait, are you telling
fine.
we can compare? Wait, are you telling we can compare Virat Kohli and Ashutosh Sharma? Like, do you think that makes sense? Or
No,
like Virat Kohli and someone who plays deep, like Tim David? Can you
you know
come and
what you guys are doing? I would never compare Virat Kohli to Simran Singh because they open the batting. I will obviously trust the class of
bro?
Virat Kohli. I need Virat Kohli to come more clutch than Simran because they're
Yeah, but
different ilk of player.
still
They
they
play the same role. They play the same role.
exactly they play the
Yeah,
same
so that is
role.
what I'm saying. Da. I'm still not going to compare Kohli to Simran. You're
So are you
comparing
saying you?
Dhoni to Shashank Singh, a guy who's played 1 year of IPL cricket versus a guy who's played 20 years of international cricket.
It doesn't matter,
It
Rahul.
does matter. Of course, it matters.
Virat
You have
Kohli
more
was better.
expectations from certain
Virat Kohli
players.
was a better batsman than the entire Indian cricket
Bro,
team when he
I
was
don't know
like
how you guys are
2 years
saying
into
that.
cricket. So what's your point?
Okay, fine, fine, fine.
Dude, we have
You're
to realize. No, no, no. We have
fine.
to
I'll
realize,
compare only Dhoni to Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma. Then
bro. That's
I
not the
don't
point.
understand
The point
how
last
the
year. If
best
you go
players in the
last year,
world.
no, no, no. My point is go last year. For example, when Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head were batting very good, we would have compared Kohli to someone like Abhishek Sharma, saying Abhishek Sharma is having a better first half of the season. My whole point is in IPL, you're just going to compare players to players. Now, my point is if you're dropping Dhoni tomorrow, right, you have to get a player in his role. So, who's the replacement for Dhoni in his role? It is guys like Ashutosh Sharma. It is guys like Shashank Singh. It is guys like Tim David in this situation of T20. Tomorrow, we take out Virat Kohli. Who is the replacement for Virat Kohli? It is the openers. So I am going to compare Virat Kohli to the openers of today's cricket. I am going to compare Dhoni to the finishers of today's cricket. If you're not going to do that, I don't think it makes sense. Are you comparing a number 3 like Devdutt Padikkal to a number 7 like Tim David? You can't do that just for the fact that they play
Nobody's
different
doing
roles
that.
in cricket.
Literally, nobody's doing that.
Exactly, exactly. So you can't compare. So when can you sit and tell me you can compare MS Dhoni and Chris Gayle tomorrow? You can't because they don't play the same position at all. And that's my whole point. In today's cricket, modern
Wait,
cricket, Dhoni plays a certain role where only certain players play. Tomorrow, if you're sitting and saying, okay, we have to drop Dhoni, will he's going to retire? Who's going to replace him? A number 7. Who's a number 7 right now? Guys like Ashutosh Sharma, like guys like Sashank Singh, guys like Tim David. So I have to compare him to them, right? I can't do
yeah,
anything
so
else.
I am. That's exactly what I'm saying. They should have got somebody like that when they had the chance. They didn't, and
Yeah,
they
but
didn't.
now, but
So
my point
that
Rahul,
is
they
that
should have gotten, and had they not upgraded on anybody else in the batting lineup, and
so
Shashank
that
Singh
they
or
didn't do
whoever.
anything. That they didn't do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Now if they'd gotten, say, Shashank Singh was retained by the way, so Ashutosh Sharma, they went ahead and got Ashutosh Sharma, okay, and then the rest of the batting remains as it is. First of all, I don't think Ashutosh Sharma is going to do exponentially better than what Dhoni is doing right now. Ashutosh Sharma will
that
definitely do better to a certain degree. He's not going to do an exponentially better I mean, now going to do exponentially better such that the results are going to be altered. For that, there is a bigger problem to be addressed. That is why, again, I'm saying, of course, they should have, if they when they had the chance, they should have had a massive clear out. They should have gone for a younger squad or whatever, but they should have addressed their whole batting lineup. And had they done that and then kept Dhoni, a whole different conversation arises where people are then rightful questions are being asked. He's not doing his
no,
job, but the rest of the batting is able making like doing the
my
job.
point is, Rishi, you can't wait for that to happen and say, then we'll wait for Dhoni to fail after the batting is overhauled and then remove him.
Rahul,
Like,
but you
Yeah,
realize
you are Rahul. This is literally saying you like what I'm saying is you literally address your bigger concerns first and then your smaller concerns.
I
But you
agree.
are
I'm not
interested.
saying
You
this.
are interested
Listen
in
to this.
saying so what your interest is. You're like okay, there is a relatively small problem, but it is a big name problem. So we have to address that while the rest of the team is collapsing.
No, 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 no. I'm simply saying correct. of course there's a batting issue, batting lineup issue that they have to sort. There's no me saying that is not going to change anything. They will do that anyways next year because the batting is not good enough. But one thing that will need more repetition is the whole Dhoni situation because it's Dhoni. Like we've known that it has not happened for him for the last whatever, like for a while, like it's not happening. But the reason we are sticking with Dhoni is because it is a big name thing. You can fix the batting, you can fix Rahul Tripathi, nobody will question it. You can remove Deepak Hooda, nobody will care. But to have that thing to remove Dhoni will take a lot of time, which is why it's more important and which is why it is being stressed upon. Of course, they don't have the batting. I agree. This is literally the fifth time I'm saying it on this podcast only, where even if they remove Dhoni and bring in somebody else, it's not going to change anything for them because the batting is the bigger issue. Like they don't have the batting. And but my point is, you can't simply overlook the Dhoni part of it because the batting is not firing. It is all together, and it's also an issue. And I genuinely think it brings certain amount of toxicity into the fan base as well.
Rahul,
This whole Dhoni thing. And for me, I just genuinely think
Hey,
for CSK,
toxic again.
Rahul,
Toxicity in
it
the
will not
fan
be.
base is
But
down to the
okay,
fan
okay,
base and the whole
let's
thing.
just
Rahul,
move on.
wait,
Let's
wait,
move on.
1 second. Let me tell you one thing, okay? You're telling it's not working for Dhoni in the past 2 years. Bro, I'm just looking at his stats. He's averaged what? 26 and 53 in the last 2 years. Has
No,
a
no,
strike rate of
average is
what?
fine. Like it's
Wait, wait,
okay.
wait. Has a strike rate of 180 in 2023 and 220 last year. And he's played 3 games this year. Where if you put in context, all
Ashish,
3 games were like
last
impossible
year,
chases.
last
Wait,
year,
wait,
he
wait,
was
wait, wait.
batting two balls, three balls. He was setting
You
everyone ahead of
can't
him.
you can't only bat
If
two balls,
I
three
come,
balls.
Adi,
Oh wait,
if I come hit 1-4 in one ball, it is way
Rahul, wait.
beyond its strike
But
rate.
that's not
He
true. I'll
batted,
tell you
let me come less than 100 balls he's batted last year.
exactly, but that's the role he plays, and that's what I'm trying to get to it, bro. 1 second, wait. He's
Raj,
played
you ideally shouldn't need your five down, six down finisher to come and face 30
No, he was
balls.
playing
If you're
number 8 last year. He was playing number 8 last year, firstly. Wait. And secondly, playing a number 8, he has 4 games where he scored about 20. It is not less. 4 out of 10, 14 games where he scored about 20. And in those 4 games, he has scored 37 of 16, right? 28 of 9, which is a strike rate of 311. Bro, he scored 20 of 4 balls, which is literally what, 2 sixes and 2 fours. 20 or 4 balls, like again, that's 500 strike rate. You look at another game, he scored 14 of 11. Okay, fine. 26 of 11. Like, my whole point is as a power hitter, he's still there. And that's what I'm trying to say. If he's playing, bro, if you had a perfect batting lineup, like CSK had a perfect batting lineup, or like a good batting lineup who could complement each other, which they had last 2 years, right? That's what we were saying. Last 2 years, they've had a solid batting lineup, and it worked for them, and that's why it worked for Dhoni. Today, their entire batting lineup, bro, you have Vijay Shankar as your number 4, like respectfully. Like Deepak Hooda is your backup option. Tripathi is a backup option. Like you look at that batting lineup, you're not going to sit and say like it's a good enough batting lineup. And my point is, as a power hitter, I still think Dhoni can do it, and I've seen him smashing sixes even this year. That's my whole point. Like if he came against RCB and he struggled, I would have been like, yeah, this guy's done. I don't think it's there in him. But he didn't struggle. My point is, he showed he can smack. He showed he can be a power hitter. And again, against the last 2 games, even though I am a big believer he should have retired for other reasons, I'm not going to sit and judge him only through these 2 games and say, bro, it's not working out for you. Because any other player who would have come in the situation, I don't think they would have done great.
I am
Bro, for me,
it's for me it's the same thing. It's not an isolated this season 2-3 performances. This is not the reason for me to say, oh, they should have moved on from Dhoni. I have a lot of other reasons. It'll go on for like ages if we get into it. But let's quickly move on like to Rohit
bro,
Sharma.
1 second, one more thing. Like last year,
Hmm.
in the situation where if you just go back to the RCB CSK last game, bro, Dhoni almost won it for them. It was like, luckily we got a new ball. Luckily, like we got
What
the
is lucky
wicket.
in that, bro? Like you're getting a dry ball. He didn't
That is
finish the
lucky,
game. It's
Rahul.
over. There is no luck. He game didn't get over.
What?
Over. You didn't finish the game. It's finished. Over.
No,
There's
Are
no
you saying?
conversation to be
Wait.
had.
1 second, 1 second, bro. Being an RCB fan, even I know we got a bit lucky in terms of him hitting a six outside the stadium and getting a new dry ball. Something even Yash Dayal himself, he himself came and told, yeah, it was
Brother,
that's what
I
helped him to.
understand you get a
One second,
new
one
ball.
second, 1 second, bro. 1 second, wait. In, my whole point in that game, where he scored what 28 odd runs in 10 balls, are you sitting and say you're a finished player, you can't do it? Like, bro, he almost won them the game. My point is,
Yeah, so it's
you.
cute that it was almost. That's my point. It
My
almost
point
no
is,
one cares. You
but
don't
you're
take the
saying
team
he
across the line. There is no point.
exactly. But
You can
my
say
whole
almost
point
all
is
that you want. At the end of the day, in that job, you're supposed to get the team across the line.
But you're
That
telling he has to
happens
do
in
it
the
every game if
IPL.
he doesn't. But your point is, if he doesn't do every game, he's not good enough. He needs to be replaced. My point is, you're only taking isolated incidents and saying, bro, he's not good enough because he's not able to finish a game. But bro, even taking them to that situation that day was very tough, and he was
Fine
able
to
to do
bring
it.
up RCB versus whatever RR, and he came in the last 5 overs. That is not taking him to any situation.
4 overs. We literally said 55
Yeah,
or four
okay. So
overs.
4 overs he's come in. Last 4 overs
55,
he's
four
come in.
overs is not easy. Like, tell me tell me the season who's been able to do it. Like, give me one player who's been able to
Then
do it.
if you I'm you're saying the same thing this season. It's not come to that point. If it comes to that point,
Rahul,
it happens. I'll tell
against
you.
Mumbai versus Gujarat was literally 40, 50 of 4 overs.
Yeah. So did was Hardik Pandya not called out? He was called out for his decision.
Exactly, but tomorrow you won't sit and say he's finished because he couldn't finish one game. That's
It's
what you're
not
doing
that
here.
he's finished. The point is he's 30. Whatever he has, a lot of cricket to play.
It
He
doesn't
can
matter,
not.
bro. Age is not linear.
Okay,
Like, guy,
fine.
bro,
Bro, like, that's I
Kane
don't
Williamson
understand
is
what
not
the
able to play
conversation.
T20 at 33 years
Okay,
old.
fine.
Virat is
Okay, fine.
dominating
There's
cricket
no
at
point.
37. What's your
There's
point?
no
Don't put
point.
in
There's no
age.
point. There's no
No,
point
but
in
you
going on.
can't sit in. My whole point is you can't sit and say Dhoni is not a good finisher. He can't do it. Like, that's the whole thing. He's been able to finish.
I
Like,
At least this year I haven't seen it. Let's see. Let's see going ahead what happens.
Rahul, but if you put only talk about this year, you have to put in context. Like, that's my point.
No, 1 second. I'm 40, whatever, 51 you said. No, 51. That's 12, 13 and over. 12 and over it was. That is, I think 12 and over in modern T20 cricket is fine. It's possible. It's
Bro,
very
tell me
possible.
it's not. This year it's been tough. A lot of teams are struggling to do it. My whole point is, even, bro, if you do it,
It has
kudos,
not
great
come
play.
to 12 and over in the last few overs. Other than that Mumbai game that you're talking about, it has not happened this year.
Exactly. So my point is, again, if it's a very tough situation, any batsman is going to find it tough. Like, even again, going back yesterday, when
12 and
when
over
he was
is
Max
not that deep.
Vadera,
That is
when
exactly what I'm
Maxim
saying.
Vadera was playing yesterday, it was a similar situation. You needed 2 runs of every ball. It was similar. It was 100 or 50 balls, if I'm not wrong. There's nothing different between 150 balls and
So
25
that
balls
is
and
what I'm
50.
saying. Hardik Pandya was called out. So should MS Dhoni be. That's it. It's the same for everyone.
Yeah, but you're not sitting there and saying he's washed and he needs to retire. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
obviously, because he's playing cricket regularly, and I see Hardik Pandya a lot more than MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni I only see him at the IPL. That is obvious that I'm going to say Hardik Pandya is not washed and needs
Yes,
to.
my friend. That's why I'm saying there is no proof to sit and say this is done because of
Okay,
one
let's
innings. That's
fine,
all.
fine, fine. Okay, so you're saying that 2 years of that 2 months of IPL, you're happy with seeing what you're seeing from Dhoni. That's fine. I get it.
That's
It's
not what I'm saying. I'm saying in the role he
when
plays,
the
they're not superior play. Bro, in the role he plays, there's not like he's been the worst and the other 10 options for other 10
okay
teams have
fine.
been
So
so
Dhoni has
superior
not
when he needs to
fine.
retire. That's it.
Okay, okay, fine, okay. Um, Last like quickly 5 minutes on Rohit Sharma. Um, yeah, was he dropped or injury for real? You guys believe it? It is what was
Bro, he
told.
would have been, I mean, otherwise he would have been rested,
Yeah,
tactical
see, like
resting.
whatever. Do you believe it?
Same thing, bro. Resting through injury was a difference.
Is he going to play against RCB, Rishi?
I hope not. But then again, the replacement, bro, I'm not convinced by Will Jacks either. And so, yeah, again, this is the thing. Like, if Rohit Sharma plays and he can get me 20 in, again, I'm not asking too much, 25 or 30 in even, again, anything less than 20 balls, I'll definitely take it. That's all is needed from him. And if you can't do that, come on, what are we talking about here? We're like 17, 18 crores. This is not even an uncapped 4 crore player. We're talking about the one of the most expensive retainees. So if you can't even give that, then questions need to be asked. And yeah, of course, unfortunate that he got injured. But if that is the case, if he's genuinely injured, then I don't see any other this one than him coming back. And if that's the case, hopefully he scores. But I'm not very optimistic. I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay, fine.
And
Adi, he'll play, huh? You think he'll play?
yeah, bro, I don't know if he's going, bro. It depends on how well he's nursing his injury, right? Like, we don't know the impact.
He was apparently spotted hobbling. So like, let's.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, bro. That is a factor of you being injured. But yeah, like, bro, to be fair, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. You can sit and say he might have been injured, he might have been dropped. I At the end of the day, seriously speaking, I don't think he would have been dropped just for the fact that if he would have been dropped, I think you could have dropped him like much earlier also. But also, I would see the factor of him being okay to also be dropped because let me be honest, I don't know if he's taking this IPL that seriously, especially him not being the captain. I feel like indirectly, if Mumbai don't do well, it looks good on him anyways. You know what I mean? So for him,
Mm.
bro, I remember like what 1 week before the IPL, he was like on holidays when everyone else was like preparing for IPL. Like if I'm not wrong. So for me, I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, like he came into this IPL saying, okay, I'll be a team player no matter what. You know, if me as a captain is not going to be able to be impactful, me as a batsman will be impactful and take this seriously. I don't think that's been there, anyways. So yeah, I think overall, like I think it shouldn't matter if he plays or not overall. But my whole point is I don't know if it's like him a case of him being dropped or him, really being injured. But I think both ways, for me personally, I don't think it matters much to him. Like I'm seeing like suddenly I've seen on social media also his fans saying something like IPL is vacation time, it's just out there to make money or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what's happening in terms of his fitness, his motivation to play IPL this year. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. But yeah, bro, like for me, I think he should play tomorrow if he's fit. That's one thing I would say. Like
Hmm.
because you are, it's not even the factor of it's not even a factor of okay, like him being dropped or him not playing is helping Mumbai Indians in any ways. Because to be honest, they don't have any batting depth if he doesn't play. So you have to play him no matter what, right? You look at the batting lineup. If he's not playing, the only other option they can play as a batsman is like Robin Mins as an Indian player. Like you don't have any other option as a batting unit to put anyone else. So you rather have Rohit Sharma batting than someone who's not been able to perform. So yeah, if he's fit, I think he should play regardless of his form because of the fact of no other replacement being there.
Okay, quickly then, Rishi, who's winning, bro?
I think MI is winning tomorrow.
I want to play. I want to play.
Bumrah is
Apparently,
back
Bumrah
in
is
the camp.
cleared. He's clear to play.
Bro, that's
Man,
a bad scene. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Bumrah could be back potentially. Rohit Sharma, we still don't know. It's in the air. But thanks everyone for watching. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to Sports Kabri. See you soon tomorrow after. See you tomorrow after RCB Mumbai. Bye bye.